Okay, YouTube, welcome back to another Let's Play Kerbal Space program. And we did get Jebediah back home safe and sound. Now what I want to do is upgrade this astronaut complex so that we can do EVAs. You know, Jeb might have been first to space, but we need Moorius to be the first to walk in space. So let's make a couple of adjustments, first and foremost. There's old Jebediah. See, he's back just fine. And let's get Moorius back in the capsule. Jeb's got him a bit of experience now. And what I want to do is make a couple of little changes. Number one, we cannot get any more Science Junior stuff because it is, and I did not double that. Nope. We've already got it from space there and high and so forth, so on. So we're going to put, well, I'm having some trouble here putting, okay, I'm having some, what in the world is going on here? Let's just load, don't save. Load Mercury Fort load. Alright, let's try this again. Let's take this off. Let's take this off and get rid of the Science Junior. And let's put him on, and then let's grab a couple parachutes here. Make sure we're on double, which we were. And voila, there we go. Alright, oop, what, no. We went to 3. I don't want 3. I want 2. I knew what I want. There we go. Okay, so, and the other thing I want to do is I want to change this engine. That engine, we don't have a very efficient engine for space. We need something much more efficient to help circularize. So let's save this as Mercury 5 because it doesn't have the Science Junior on there. Let's go over here and use a little bit of our science. Let's see if we can get some better engines here. There we go. Some very efficient engines. This is the liquid fuel sparkler. Not the most efficient, but in the vacuum it does pretty good. It does 30. And then this one does 60. So we will definitely want to use that. And we have some different boosters that we can try out. And a Maverick 1D, which gives us even more thrust. So let's grab that. Let's go ahead and grab aviation as well, because we need some planes at some point. And I think that'll work for right now. Yes, we have some science left over, but I don't need it at this moment. If you don't need it, save it up and we'll mess with it later. Okay, so, again, this is why I made those adjustments back in episode 1. So people might have looked at it and said, you know, why are you upping science, because I like to play my way, not just chase the tech tree, get as best I can, and get to the furthest planet the quickest I can. I want to play around with different rocket designs and goof off doing different things. So that costs money, time, and so that's what I want to do. Alright, so this is the Wildcat. Where is it? There we go. And it's going to give us 204 down here on the launch pad. This is going to give us 326. Now it's going to burn through a lot faster, but that would give us more lift. But right now I think we're okay, because we don't need to lift a whole lot more. We got a 1.68. If we put those on there, so let's look at it. 5,193 delta V. Let's take those off and put this bigger engine on here times 3. We drop it all the way down to 4,800. Still not horrible, but if that can get us into space, then we can take this one off, and let's put our very efficient, and this is one of the better engines in the game for this, Terrier on there, and that gives us back up to 5,302, because this is going to burn through this fuel so much slower. It only uses 1.56 per second, as opposed to we were using a 6.596 per second max burn when we were using this engine. Remember, we had the Wildcat on our main body here, so when we got into space, we were burning up a ton, even though it was a 230 kilometer or kilonauts, whatever you want to call that. We were burning up a lot of fuel, and so we had to be very precise. With this, our thrust is much, much lower, but we burn a ton less fuel, and we could be, it'll help us get a lot more precise in what we're doing. Anyways, you'll see. And then we also have the sparkler, which gives us only 30, which we could have done, but why use a sparkler when you can use the Terrier? All right, and we have some new. So this one was the Thumper, right? Solid rocket boost had 820 with a 250 thrust Now we have the Globe X, which is 582, but only has a little bit more fuel, so it burns out of fuel very, very fast. But we'll have to mess with that later. Okay, so let's get Moorius into space. We know we're going to have more than enough to get into space and make this happen. Let's save this as Mercury 6, because now we're using different engines. Let's see if we can't get this young man into space. Get him orbiting around, doing a spacewalk out there. Okay. We'll get stable. Oh, put Jebediah back in there. No, no, no. We want to revert the flight. No, we don't want Jebediah in there. I love Jebediah, but we're not taking Jebediah. Alright. There we go. Save that. Alright. That's better. Look how concerned. Oh, he's looking a little happier. He's a serious individual, isn't he? He's not. And again, I did this, didn't I? All right, this needs to go up here. This needs to go down here. So that kicks off. Those three kick off. That kicks off when those go, and so forth and so on, etc. And we're gonna go up a lot faster this time. We probably do not need full throttle this time. Let's drop this down. There we go. More than enough throttle. Alright, Moorius, do not. I'm going to pump this up just a little bit. Do not mess this up. We got you set up. And look how concerned he is. Do not mess this up. Jebediah made you look like a fool. Do not fail 2 in a row. You might get kicked out of the program. I don't know. We're investing these new engines in you. You got 4 brand new engines on here. We need you to be successful, buddy. Alright, we're going to start moving over. Let's see if we can't keep this thing going the direction we want to go. So we're going to drop the throttle down. We're going a little too fast here. We don't need quite that much speed at this moment. We are 60% fuel. Push over a little bit aggressively here because we started late. We don't want to get too aggressive this early on, or we can flip. I'm going to drop the throttle down just a tiny bit more. Try and save some of our fuel. We're at 23,000 and climbing. Looking good. We're going to get a little bit more aggressive. We are just about to escape the last bit of the thickest atmosphere. 35% fuel remaining. We're going to get over to... No, flip. Don't flip. It wants to flip. Don't flip, don't flip, don't flip. There we go. Hold it up, hold it up. 63,000 and climbing. There we go. Now it's stabling out. 20% fuel remaining. 73, 74 engine cutoff. Not a whole lot of fuel left, but there is some fuel left. And that aggressive turn made us a pretty good arc here, so that's good. We're going to get lined up. Lined up here on the horizon. There we go. Get lined up. Point down just a little bit. Get right on our 90 degrees, facing east. We're going to wait till we get under a minute. We're going to kick it into gear here. Now this won't obviously get us into orbit, but it will start us, and then we can then kick it into gear with our smaller engine. Now we have to start a little bit sooner. So we're going to start right in a minute because this will not burn at the same rate these other ones do. So we're going to need longer to burn. It's a smaller engine. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. But it will take longer. I did not mean to do it. I just wasted a bunch of fuel. Hit the space bar instead of throttle up. It's alright, this will work. We're just going to have to burn longer doing this. Old Moorius messed up again. You hit the wrong button, buddy. As you can see, we are not rapidly climbing, so that's fine. We are rapidly approaching our apoapsis. As you can see, the periapsis is not dropping very fast, but it's doing okay. I'm going to push up just a little bit. started this a little bit sooner. Well, because I had not planned on dropping the 3. I did not plan on dropping that stage. So now we're about to shoot past our apoapsis, and that's not going to be good. I think we've messed up yet again with Moorius. We have no luck with this guy. Just not good at all. This is going to make it very, very difficult to do this now. About 70% fuel remaining. We may have to pull the trick that we pulled on the probe, where we go through a little bit of atmosphere and come out the other side. That was an oops for sure. Yep. That was not good at all. I am tempted to just simply revert this flight, because that was just an oops on my part pushing the button. I don't think it matters what we do at this moment, it's not going to make any difference. I can get to orbit, but barely. Yep, I'm going to revert the flight. That was just... I can't believe I pushed that button. Just silly. Silly. This goes up here. This goes down here. This is why, when you're using this smaller engine, your gravity turn has to be spot on. Otherwise, you're just not going to be able to circleize. You're going to go racing past your apoapsis like I just did, and then it won't work. I've got to be more aggressive with this gravity turn, which I'm doing. Right, I can slow down now. I've got to be much more aggressive, much more like a, like you see the space shuttle do. It's very aggressive with its turn, very aggressive with its gravity turn. There we go. We are at 45 degrees, closing out at 10,000. That's about where we want to be. We don't need to go over any further at this moment. That's a good little turn there. 50% fuel remaining. You can see we're not climbing as fast, but we're already pushing these numbers down, so that's good. We'll start pushing over a little bit more. This thing's wanting to twist on me here. Alright, we'll slow down just a little bit more now, lower the throttle down, keep the atmospheric effects from burning us up. 43. You can see how the effects are burning against us there. So we're power sliding through the air a little bit here. 66, 67, 70. Go ahead and roll right on over. And let's kill the engines. Got just a little bit of fuel left. Don't hit spacebar this time. See if we can't get ourselves oriented correctly, and we need to start our burn now. And away we go. Start dropping our apoapsis, and it's not wanting to do it. That's alright. Kick those off. And we are kicking in gear now. 2 minutes and 19 seconds, and it's actually going away from us. We're going to stop. As long as your apoapsis is going away from you, you don't want that to happen. So we need to stop again. coming towards us still. So let's wait till we get a little bit closer. So that was a good gravity. You can see the effect now. That's a gravity turn. See how spread out this is, how far the apoapsis is? That is a good gravity turn. We were not being aggressive enough before. Okay, we're going to kick this thing into gear again. It's pushing it away, so still too early. Let's do a quick EVA. Get our EVA report. Thank you very much. And then let's board. Get back on our stability assist here. Alright. 139. Let's kick it into gear. Still going away from us. So it's too early to start the burn. Alright. Moorius has got it this time, buddy. You did a good job this time, dude. That's what we should have done the first launch, and I was not aggressive enough with it. Alright, let's try again at a minute 17. Yep, we're just barely closing in on it still. And let's go down so we lower our apoapsis a little bit. There we go. Looking good. It's okay that we're closing in at a good rate. We're still a minute away. Come back up a little bit now. I don't want my apoapsis climbing at this moment, so I'm okay with pointing down a little bit and really, pushing towards the apoapsis. And realistically, I could stop here and get closer. Remember, the closer we are to the apoapsis, the more effect we have on the periapsis. It's the opposite. So the closer we are, the more effective our burn's going to be. Alright, we go just a little bit closer here, and then we will kick it back in gear. You see how rapidly this is changing now? Still, now we're beginning to push our apoapsis away, so we can just stop, get closer. This is the effective way, the efficient way to do it as well. As you can see, I have a ton of fuel left, and I can use this fuel to go all over the place. So we now have a rocket design that we like. Now, 31 seconds. That's pushing it away, so we need to get even closer. And you could do this from out here, by the way, too. You could look at it and say, okay, I'm kicking it in gear. Oh, it's going away from me. Let me stop. We could do another EVA report. So let's go back. Let's do an EVA. Let's take the data. EVA report. There we go. And let's board. Turn that back on. Let's get line back up. And let's kick it in here. You see we just barely passed our apoapsis, but that's fine. And now we're going to hop into orbit. Pretty circularized, as you can see. And we are set. Orbit. And we walked in space. So we are the first who performed a spacewalk in orbit. Way to go, Moorius. And look how much fuel we have left, as opposed to, man, we're not going to have enough fuel to make it. That's a good gravity turn. Good job, all the way around. So, around the 10 to 15,000 mark, you want to be over about 45 degrees. Which is here on the nav ball. So that's 45 degrees, and then you can then push over from there. So around 45 degrees is a good way to start. Not bad at all. And then from there, and now the problem is that you have to be able to keep your rocket from flipping. There early on the flight, that rocket wanted to flip. So keeping it from flipping is important, along with making sure you have enough stable. That's where the 3 fins come in. It helps keep it stable. Sometimes 3 fins are better than 4. So, and having them on that inner rocket does help instead of the outer rockets. At least for me, from what I found. So, there we go. We are in orbit, and we could burn and get out to a higher orbit if we wanted to. But really nothing to gain from it. So, we could just let him go around one time. There you go, buddy. See if there's any science we need to pick up out here. I don't think there is. Oh, we can do EVA reports. Alright, so stop there. Yep, let's EVA. wants EVA. Take that. And then board. Yep, I got a lock. Sometimes you get a lock, so you got to clear the input locks. You could take the data, and then you could board. And then now you got several EVA reports in there. Probably get one more. There we go. It's EVA again. Get our report. And again with the lock. There we go. So let's take the data and then board. There we go. I don't know which mod is doing it, but one of these mods that I have does that. When you EVA or do something along those lines, it has a tendency to lock up the input. So if you're ever EVA and you think, man, nothing's working, I'm hitting B and my guy won't board, you know, Alt F12 will bring this up, and you go to input. See, there it goes again, and you clear input locks, and then it will get rid of it. Let's see if we can get one more EVA. I don't know. Might be all of them. It does look that way, I think. Yeah, not see anymore. Alright, so let's go ahead and almost staged. Go to retrograde. See, if I'd staged, I'd be stuck in orbit. And let's drop our periapsis. You can drop this to 20, 10, you know, whatever. You can stop it. I'll just stop it there. I want a pretty aggressive entry. And we'll go ahead and stage. Goodbye. Thank you very much. Make sure we still have that heat shield on there, which we do. Shield. And let's go towards a sunrise. There we go. Nice and pretty. Welcome back to the sunny side of life. EVA report. I think I'm good. At this speed, high over, you can get ripped off, and I don't want to do it. Let's save it. Let's get rid of this. And away we go. Let's get our young astronaut landed, having accomplished what no other Kerbin has accomplished. Walking in space. Epic mission. You think back to our space program here in the United States when the first man walked. It had to be a rather humbling and scary moment to step out of a spacecraft, trusting that suit will work and hold. Had to be quite the adventure. And it was one heck of a view. Of that, there's no doubt. I would love to go to space for the view. I just don't think I would like the ride up or the ride down. Deploy parachutes. I don't know about you, but I think the ride up would not be all that great. And I know the ride down would be a little scary. Get a temperature scan over here, because I know we're over the desert, so I know that it's probably going to be interesting. Yes, indeed. The ride down would definitely be scary, given the nature of all that heat outside, and hoping everything holds together. The going up would not be all that fun either. The launch, the violence of it, the scariness that everything will hold together, shaking, you know, rattling the teeth just about out of your head. That can't be easy. So I'm sure that is a very scary adventure, and it is definitely for those people and not for me. It just does not want to stand straight up. That's fine. But I wouldn't mind getting into space. Maybe they could just put you to sleep, right? And then take you up into space, and then let you see all the stuff up in space and put you back to sleep, and then you wake up on the ground. That'd be great, right? You just have to avoid all the other stuff. Gentle landing. There we go. Alright, let's get this temperature scan over here. Haven't Who seems to hate it here? That is too funny. Alright, let's EVA. Let's... See? There we go. Let's get an EVA report. There we go. Let's take all the data. And let's board. And let's get a crew report. And let's get out of Dodge. There we go. Another successful mission for the Kerbal Space Program and our brave astronauts. The next person we got to send up there is going to be Valentina. But I want to send Valentina up with something a little different. Something that we're going to make a little odd. We'll try some booster setups and some other stuff. We'll let Valentina be the test pilot for that. We'll try not to kill her. We'll do our very best. But hey, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you soon. And if you want, again, if you want to name your astronaut, leave it below. Leave the name below. I'm several episodes ahead. I record several at a time, and then I stack them up. So if you record it, and you're like, well, hey, I said it like my name, but I'm not seeing my name on there. You have to give me time to catch up to it. So it might be a couple episodes, but put your info down there and say, hey, I want my guy to be named, and we will definitely do it. All right, until then, we will talk to you soon.